What's going on, guys? Broken Prophet here. Welcome back to the vlog. Here is hoping that the middle of your week is absolutely amazing. Hoping the start was good, but if the start wasn't good, hopefully we're doing better now. Behold, this is the day that the Lord hath made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, guys, a couple of announcements. I'm hoping to get this out Wednesday night, but if it's Thursday morning, well, here's a reminder that Thursday evening, 7 p.m. is going to be my webinar, part 2 of hexing and cursing, you know, the baneful workings. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, $10, Cashapp or Venmo, 15 through the website. I'm going to put the links in the description section. I'm going to cut off registration at about 5 or 6. All right. So when you pay, you get a link. Fill out the quick form and you'll be able to dive right into it live. We're going to be running a chat. If you're not able to make it live, it will be recorded so that you can watch it later on at your leisure. Okay. And also, I know you guys probably some of you missed the live stream. I'm just letting you know, man, that hurricane was wild. But guess what? I'm still standing. If you were in the path of that storm, you know, there was something, right? But if you are watching this video, guess what? We're still here. No matter what, we are still in the fight. So, hey, it happened and it made us stronger. But I told some stories during the live stream about my experiences during the hurricane, but I don't think I showed y'all this. Now I'm going to put a picture up. Okay. Now, guys, check this out. That is a brazier on a fence. I was out riding around, you know, just checking on folks or whatever, and I'm like, is that a, sure enough, it was a brazier on the fence. And look at that thing. It's a big one. I mean, you know, homegirl was blessed, but what I wonder, how hard was that wind blowing that it blew her brazier clean off? Like, how did that hurricane get through all them snaps? Because I remember being a young lad. I had a hard time getting but anyway, hopefully the rest of her made it home safely. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna keep this video short. Let's dive right in. I wanted to give you guys some things that you may be running into that let you know that your spiritual gifts are awakening, and it's time for you to take action. Because one thing I've found is that when that starts to happen, man, they will knock you for a loop, get your life all discombobulated unless you know, kind of get things focused. And the crazy part is, when I was compiling this list, and I don't know how many it's going to be because I'm filming this video off the cuff, I was thinking of just as many things that people think are spiritual and then they act on it. I'm like, no, it's not. Because let's be honest, some of us are a little bit stronger than others. Okay, the marketeers don't want to tell you that part because, well, it doesn't sell books. To be like, well, you can try everything in this book and it may not work for you. But we all have gifts, some stronger than others. So let's dive into this list of however many it's going to be. All right, number 1. And y'all gonna have to help me keep track because I always lose count. But number 1, which I talked about on the live stream, was weird hot cold flashes. Now I know in a previous video, I talked about being exceptionally hot or exceptionally cold. That's something that comes later. But in the beginning stages, when your spiritual gifts are awakening, you have these hot cold flashes. Now I'm not talking about those of us who get to a certain age. And y'all know I'm not gonna say it because y'all get mad at me. But, you know, certain folks get to a certain age and have hot flashes. But no, I'm talking about these weird hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And it never seems to be at the appropriate time. Everybody else is sweating and you freezing. Everybody else is freezing, you wearing shorts and a wife beater, right? It never seems to even out. And sometimes it is a flash. Like, you just like, whew, what is going on? I'll tell you guys why that happens. That happens because as your spiritual gifts are awakening, you're becoming more perceptive of the other side. The other side is a little chilly. It's a little, I was about to say nippy, But then I was like, can you say nipply? What is it? It's cold over there. It's cold over there. Okay. So we all dwell on both sides. We are all part physical and part spiritual. We are all dwelling on both sides. But as your spiritual gifts are awakening, you're becoming more aware of the other side. So it's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It's not that something is changing. It's just you're becoming more perceptive. So that's like number one, weird, hot, cold flashes. And it can also be a tell in that for a lot of people, that lets them know when there's a lot of spiritual activity around, you're just becoming more perceptive of it. Okay. Number two, and I also mentioned this in the live stream, is that you can't keep your doggone spirit in your body. And what I mean by this is it will oftentimes manifest in dreams. And I know, y'all always thinking y'all dreaming about something. And let me tell y'all, I'll be perfectly honest. In over 30 years of doing this, dreams are usually just dreams. They don't mean nothing. Everybody wants to be prophetic in dreaming. Listen, dreams most of the time don't mean anything. They mean that whatever you have programmed into your brain while you are awake, it wants to rehash it at night while you're asleep. Your brain wants to keep itself occupied while you just, you don't want to sit there and be bored for 8 hours or however long you sleep. So your brain comes up with things, and sometimes it mashes them together and it just comes out all weird. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about weird dreams. So please don't everybody start listing all your weird dreams in the comment section. No. What I'm talking about, not being able to keep your spirit in your body, is that your spirit goes walking once you are asleep. Meaning you will dream about random locations for no reason. No vampires, no monsters. It's just you walking around. And if you ever woken up and it always lasts like a week or so, a string of events. You're like, why was I walking through my high school? Why was I walking around my old job? Why was this? It's just, again, you becoming more perceptive of the other side, and your spirit wants to go there for some odd reason. I don't know why you do. Why are you dreaming about your high school? That's on you. So that's number two. And it also, in the waking state, will manifest itself as daydreams. If you've been catching yourself just, and folks like, you all right? You're like, oh, yeah, that's another thing. That is, again, you becoming more perceptive of the other side and you just staring into the void. Okay, so that's number two, not being able to keep your spirit firmly seated in your body. All right. Now, number three, number three is a biggie in the sense that it can cause, I think I mentioned this in another video, so let me reiterate it here. Being extremely cognizant of people lying to you. You will just sit there and it can be your grandmama. And you sitting there like, grandma lying through her false teeth. It's like a hidden meter inside of you. You just know. You just know. Like they lying. And people can't get over on you. You know that they're lying. Whether or not you do anything about it is up to you. But there's this deep sense that you just know that they're not telling the truth. And you don't know how you know. It's not anything in their demeanor. It's not, they're not like doing a weird tick when they lie. They're just telling you. You just like, man, that ain't the truth. So that's number three, just automatically sensing that. And the reason being is as your spiritual gifts awaken, you become aware of like just the changes in people's energy. People have a change of energy when they're about to lie. That's one of the things that, you see the polygraph, the lie detector test. Let me tell you, if you've never taken a lie detector test before, right? The first thing that they do is you can be sitting there in a red shirt and they'll say, whatever I ask you, I want you to say yes. You're all right. Now, remember, you've got on the red shirt and they'll say, are you wearing a blue shirt? And you're like, yes. And then they measure the machine because they just told you to lie and you lie, but your body reacts to the lie because your body knows I'm not wearing that color. I'm wearing this color. Well, it's the same thing, only instead of sensing someone's body reactions, you are now sensing their energy shift. And I'm telling y'all, this one right here done ended a whole bunch of relationships. Lord have mercy. Anyway, so that's number whatever, because I done lost track already. So guess what? The next one is, as your spiritual gifts awaken, you light up like a Christmas tree on the other side. So you start getting appearances of, say, shadow people, little glimpses out the corner of your eye, weird flashes of light. Now, let me give you a little caveat here. If you get little weird flashes, go get yourself checked out. There's some medical reasons. Look, no, I'm not saying something's wrong with you. I'm just doing a little hand diddle for whatever reason. Get yourself checked out to make sure there's nothing medically wrong. And if there is not, okay, then you know. And I think I want to wrap this up, but I will say this. As you light up on the other side, remember the other side is a little dark and hazy. So they're attracted to light. That's why we have candles, to attract them, right? Well, now it's you that's lighting up, and spirits are all around us. It's just that we don't often perceive them. But when they start just coming at you like gnats at a barbecue, oh, you're gonna see something. You're gonna feel something. And feeling them more is a sign that your spiritual gifts are awakening. And the last one is weird animal anomalies. You know, just weird. Like all of a sudden your dog and your cat want to just be around you all the time. You know, you just walking and there's a bird on the ground and he ain't trying to fly away. He just looking up at you and you look at him and he look at you and you just keep on going. I knew that something was going to happen with this hurricane because I'd been seeing a ton of crows around here, and I don't think anything of it because I live in the country. Like them things are everywhere, but I've been seeing them more and more. And I was taking my nephew to Walmart, and there was like a group of crows on the little shopping cart thing, and they stared at me. And I finally just, when I got out the car to go walk around to go get him out of his car seat, I was like, man, what do y'all want? And they just called and flew off. Well, that kind of told me, look, I need to get back here and do some stuff. And I did. Real quick, my hurricane prep, besides getting some preparations like food and stuff, I lit every candle for every spirit that I serve. Shoot, I laid my railroad spikes around the property, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna ride this thing out. But yeah, weird animal anomalies, like, you know, not if you nasty. If you nasty now, this next thing don't apply to you. But like just ants and spiders and just everywhere now. And granted, I live in the country, but they stay outside. But if you start seeing them inside all the time and you don't know where they're coming from, well, there's a sign. There is a sign. So, you know, y'all go through this list. If y'all want some more, then hey, we may do it on the next live. Now, I will say, here's some things that are not a sign of your spiritual gifts awakening. And this one's gonna trigger a lot of you. I want y'all to brace yourselves. Get you a beverage. Y'all ready? Seeing 1111 all the time. I know. They've been telling y'all that means something. And y'all been seeing 1111. It comes around twice a day, y'all. But it doesn't. You know what that means? That means that you have set your internal clock to check your watch at 11:11. Have you ever noticed that when you have a job and you have to get up, I gotta say that because some of y'all ain't got none, but don't worry, yeah, I can help you with that. But when you have a job and you know you've got to get up at 6:30 every morning, how sometimes like eventually you'll start waking up at like 6:25, like before the alarm clock, because you've set your internal clock to get up. Well, sometimes when you like put such stock in these angel numbers, then you will your internal clock just starts to look at it, right? And just subconsciously, I know that's gonna hurt some folks. I'm sorry. But that, you know, I don't want y'all just looking, oh my, it's 11. But I tell y'all what I do at 11:11. Right. If I happen to look at my clock and I see it's 11:11, you know what I do? One, I say, thank you, God, you know, because it's always a good time to pray. When it's a bad time to pray, it's always a good time to pray. You know, I give thanks. And then if it's 11:11 p.m., I go, thank you, God. Now I'm going to take my butt to bed, because why am I up at 11:11? I'm an old man. So that's what I do. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I said I was going to make it a short one. Y'all come to the webinar. We're going to have a good time. And hopefully this very short video will help you guys to recognize what is going on, because let me tell you, just spiritual gifts start waking up and you do nothing, man, run you to the crazy house. Run you to the crazy house. I have seen it happen. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. Thank you for all your outpouring of love and support during that whole hurricane situation. I'm still here. Hoodoo Dog, the chickens, everyone came through just fine. And guess what? Shoot, we're going to keep on rolling. We're going to keep on rolling. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. Hey, run them donations, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully tomorrow at the webinar. Profit out.